The drama has just begun for the Houston Texans. Something crazy just happened. It was Black Monday. All the coaches who needed to get fired got fired. David Culley, his situation is still up in the air. It was reported today, before, this crazy firing that happened, that the Houston Texans were going to take their time about the head coaching decision. Even today, when David Culley was talking to the media and he was having his exit interviews with the team, one thing that was not discussed is if he's going to be back next year. He still hasn't met with Nick Caserio, still hasn't met with Cal McNair. I think that has something to be, said in itself. Brandon Cooks, when being asked about David Culley, said, he was a great guy, that he brought, a lot of energy to the team, that at the end of the day, when asked about his status, that at the end of the day, it's a business. Didn't really say if he wanted David Culley back, but, he gave a professional answer. There's a good chance. Well, also, we know that tomorrow, Nick Caserio will be meeting with the media during the middle of the day. So there's a good chance. What if David Culley gets fired? And we knew this was an option, right? We knew this was a chance. I've been saying it for the longest. David Culley is a bridge coach. He's not the future. He doesn't bring any type of X's and O's to the Houston Texans. He's more there as a motivator. Now, the guy who was fired today, Brian Flores, one of the shocking fires. No one expected this. I dropped in my jaw when I found out that the Dolphins, decided to fire Brian Flores. Questions immediately popped up in my head. What's going to happen with Deshaun Watson? We know Deshaun Watson wanted to go to Miami. That was his destination. But also why he wanted to go was for Brian Flores. And apparently today it was Brian Flores who didn't want Deshaun Watson. So this will be a fun way to stick it to him, right? Go ahead, bring in Brian Flores. What's this going to do? It's going to make Deshaun Watson either waive his no trade clause, open it up, because obviously he doesn't want to come back here, or the most off chance of this ever happening, he decides to, to play for Brian Flores. I think that is a good chess game that Nick Caserio can play. I don't think Deshaun Watson will ever suit for the Houston Texans again. But I do think Brian Flores helps the Houston Texans in aiding in the trading of Deshaun Watson. Now, going on to that, look at what Brian Flores did. His first season, he went 5-11, and then he goes 10-6, and then he goes 9-8, winning the last 8 of 9. And when he was fired, everyone was shocked. All media said, why the hell was this happening? Why did they fire Brian Flores? That the Dolphins were getting this right, and this was one of the stupidest things they could have done. Players came out, Eric Ebron and other, Miami Dolphins players were saying, this doesn't make any sense. Now, in my recent videos, I said that if the candidate makes himself known, because there was really no front runner this year. There was really no, you need to go out and get this guy. This guy's going to be, the next up and coming head coach. We've heard all those things about Brian Flores when he was hired out of the Patriots system. A man who knows the game of football is going to automatically make your defense better. Win under Bill Belichick, and then goes into the same division, has a 4-2 record against Bill Belichick, wins with QBs like Tua Tagovailoa and Ryan Fitzpatrick. They had a damn good defense. He could come back. I mean, you could even still keep Lovie Smith. Make that defense absolutely insane. Get it back to what it was, as James from Texans Unfiltered said today. That's the kind of stuff that could happen with Brian Flores. Now, you could still bring in Pep Hamilton as OC. You could bring whatever other head coach you want. But I think the Houston Texans need to make a decision, and they need to make it fast. Do they hire Brian Flores? Yes or no? Let me know what you guys think. As always, go Texans. You guys have a blessed day.